Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have done the linked list series. Now it's time to do another questions. So we are moving to the next one of the good question. It's next created elements. It's a question also, and this logic is used in many questions. Okay, so one of the most important question I have found in many interviews or many ways. So what the question said, just next greater elements. Okay, so what do you mean by, like, you have given an array, let me array anything. Okay, this is an array, so you have to give the next greater element of each element. Okay, it means like जैसे कि like in if there for the first one, the next first greater element is 2, for the two next greater elements 4, for 4 there is no greater element in right, so if there is no greater element you have to just return -1. For 3 there is nothing greater, just -1, and for the last is always 0 -1 because there is nothing in the right side of that element. So in simple word, you have to just keep the next greater element of each element of an array. Okay, so you how to use solve this question. Okay, so you maybe things of like brute force approach. You just apply like for starting the for loop. Okay, you just do for loop from I equals to 0 for each element. For each element you just do for loop. Then for you just for j equals to I for next plus 1, because you have to find the next greater element. So if for element like we have 0 index, we have to find next element from the I plus 1 index, so like till n. And if there is a case, we will find something greater than element if j is greater than a of I. Simply it means we have greater element we found, we just store in it in a answer dot push something like that. Okay, and just break. And if there is nothing next greater element, so and also if there we just push back, we make a like flag variable like flag equals to 1 initially, we make it 1, because if you check after the follow, if the flag is also already zeros. Okay, already there is flag is not 1 and already zeros is there, so it means there is no greater element we have found from I plus 1 to till n. So we just answer that push back -1. So that's how the auto software. So its complexity is very high, it's out of an n square. Okay, also the extra space is out of n. So how to just optimize that type of question? Now the question is, okay, so simply we use here stack. So you all know stack is last and first out. You all know the property of stack. Nothing to tell much orders about the stacks here. Just how you use implement of stack here. Okay, stack is just used for getting the element, storing the value element, and just using how we use their stack here. We'll have to see. We all know that the greater elements always find the right side of the. So we start from the right side of an array, like from the end for n, from the n minus 1. From the n minus 1 we start from that, and we just what we do for the n minus, because we know for the n minus, if the initially stack is empty, for n minus stack is empty, which means it already has the last elements, nothing greater element, just print -1, store -1 in answer for 1. And also you just push 1 in the stacks. Next, when 3's come, when you check the stack is not empty, and if stack top is greater than, if st dot top, but currently stack is 1 and it's greater than 3, then it's 2. But if it's small, stack is top is small, so we don't need to store the 1 because already we have add element which is greater than the last element, so we have to store the 1. No, so we just remove st till how where st top is small than the current value of n, we do not need to store in the stack, we just stack dot pop. And after this popping all the value, we check if stack dot empty, if stack is nothing in stack, so there is no greater element for that element in the we have till now, because we are starting from the end. So if stack dot top and stack dot empty means there is no greater element for that array in we have stored till now, so just print -1 and store -1. And then when store for each element, we also store each element in a stack, because it can be the maximum next greater element for the any element. So how that means, like so this is how we question approach. And so there is a good question like how we do in the logic. So simply if it means like where we make a stack, okay, and we generally start for i's make an answer. Okay, we generally make for i's, let's say start from last and okay, till greater than 0, I minus minus, okay, just like that. And after that, but I already said we have to check while, because we have to st dot not stack empty, not st dot empty, while st dot not empty. Wait a minute. So while not s dot that empty, okay, and then if there is stack there, because we have to check if we putting any operation in stack, we first check that stack is not empty, okay, for doing any operation. And if st dot top, we have just storing from the st dot top is less than that current value, okay, that is means it is nothing if it is means like for like we store for the 1, okay, like for the 1, for the 3, like for starting in 1 with the last 1 is very empty, we just put a stack answer I minus 4 because it's stack empty for 1, so 1 next to it is minus 1, and also push 1 in the stack. For the 3, when we come to a check with external non empty and st top is small, because 1 is small than an right, it is if it stack dot of is small than 1 is small, so it is not mean it's greater. So till now when it is small, then it's mean to we do not have the greater. Till now we just pop from the stack, because also like if you can say like for the 4 also, if there 3 is already greater than 1, it no need that if the 3 is greater and all things small then after 3, so you do not need to store the smallest element in stack. That's why also popping from that, okay. Or if we check stack empty, it means why, like for the condition why their stack is empty, what this is mean, it just means there is no greater element. Simply we answer store like -1 for that that I, okay. And also but if stack also push stack current value in the, okay, also put current value because we have to check it may be a greater element for something, okay. So we also put that is how the things logic like view check for the initial, like how they for 1 you do not have this stacked out empty, so answer equals to minus because there is no greater, and you also know the logic simply, and you push 1 because it may be greater element for some, but when you come to 3 you know that stack is not empty and st dot is small, 1 is small than 3, so don't need to store in stack because we already have a greater element. So it is the already element greater element, so it's not be smaller than the smaller stack dot top for all the element we have 2 drivers now, okay. Suddenly when it's still small we just pop it, so pop it and stack dot answer -1 for 3 also because empty, just push 3 for it. For 4 similarly there is no greater, just pop 3. For 2 when it's come 4 is greater, so we do not pop it if we do not pop it. And if it's not it, we also check if not stack dot empty, so we also put answer here. One thing, answer I is what if stack dot is not empty, so it's the st dot top is your next element. That is why 4 is the at the stack dot top, so for 2 it's 4, okay. For 1 it's 2 because you can push, and 2 is the next greater element already there, so we do not need to get we are first greater element. So that's how the logic is done in that top question, okay. So guys, this is the logic of next getter element things. We will do a question similarly like next getter elements in coming video, and surely we get in the lead code. You have now have the knowledge with these videos because of just knowledging the what is next getter and how we approach using stack. You know the brute force you can only do with the for loops. Just start from the I+1 and you check there is a greater element, you can easily do, but it's not a good solution because its complexity is very high out of n square. And using stack, you know the complexity is simply n plus n, so it's 2n generally because it's not very much. So that's why stack is using, and stack has such purpose by storing the greater value. Something question like smaller values also can be solved, but yes, something is changed like we're checking greater less, it may be some condition change, but similarly you can do using a stack. That's why its topic is very important. So you must have the knowledge of stack. You can use, you cannot, you can also do without stack, but yes, stack is something is very great in solving that type of problems very easily in time constant solution. So that's for today. Thank you guys.